Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Real Sports Scope. I'm your host, Robert Butler, on this special edition of Sports Scope tonight. We're going to be with myself, the Mad New Yorker, and the Big Ten, and Rich show. You guys have seen Rich Ferris, but he's going to have the rest of his podcast on the program tonight. We're going to be talking about the college football playoff. And everybody's going to give their predictions. I got a few questions asked the guys, and looks like everybody's popping in here. We've got one guy short. I know Kenny will be here in just a few minutes. Be here shortly. We got 3 of the 4 guys that are in. I'll go ahead and bring these guys in. Let me get sure. I'm gonna make sure and get my applause ready for. We've got Big here, we've got Mad New York, we've got Rich, and I'm going to give a round of applause. All right,
what's going on, guys?
What's going on, Rich?
Man, just living the dream, man.
Good to see you, Big. Seth, I could, I was like, man, is he working for Papa John? No, it's Georgia there. Okay.
Well, no, I'm just happy to be here as an unbiased college analyst today and really give my true opinion on what I feel about this playoff. No bias at all going into any opinion I have today at all.
Okay, you got it, brother. Just like Mad New Yorker here, guys. This is myself and Carlos. We went to college together. Of course, the audience knows myself and Rich and Kenny, and of course, we all went to high school together. So, Carlos, Rich, Big, is Kenny coming tonight, Rich?
He should be. Yeah, he should.
He drags a little bit.
Okay, cool. We got a few minutes. What I was wanting to do tonight, guys, is I had a few questions to ask you, get your opinions on, and then we all just give our breakdown and picks of the entire playoff tonight. And what I'll do is, Rich, I can send you a copy of the whole show through MP4. You can upload it on your podcast. But also, guys, I will edit everybody's take for the whole playoff, and I'll send it to you individually. Maybe in the next few days. I can't do that tonight, but we'll know. We'll kind of keep up that way.
Okay.
That's just what I was wanting to do. Now, Chris, if you had any questions, throw in there as well. But guys, I want to ask your opinion. There's some breaking news this afternoon. Sherrone Moore with Michigan got fired.
Did you see why?
With an employee. So now we got another head coaching job available.
I don't know. Head coaching this year, it's like everyone decided to fire their coach, but the coaching pool is probably the thinnest it's ever been. Penn State, look at the Penn State situation. They completely botched their coaching hire and still ended up with what I think is a good coach and probably will be good for that program.
Yeah, Matt Campbell's there. Moore apparently he was detained by the police. This is really an oddball situation there in Michigan. I don't know who they're going to get at this point late in the game. They're probably going to have to do a quick hire here. It's weird the way this came after recruiting. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep that top-notch quarterback. Underwood there. This is total 5-alarm fire PR-wise for Michigan right now, guys. Any comments on that, Richard? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sure it's unexpected for them. They had a pretty decent season, so don't do what he did. It's just an ethical thing.
Yeah, we saw that with Bobby Petrino with Arkansas. He hired the lady, and they were supposedly having some kind of affair, whatever. Things don't add up. I'm sure they were thinking, well, this guy stayed here throughout the when we got in trouble through our show calls for the scandal, and that was kind of over with. So we fired him with calls, so we don't have to pay him. So they'll punt on this year and have a clean slate next year. I don't know. Or maybe they'll go to the pros and hire a guy. You know, Brian Duvall, the Giants coach, Carlos, has been mentioned for some college jobs and some pro jobs. You think Duvall will be a good fit down there in Michigan? Up there in Michigan?
If anybody goes, it'll be my good old pal. Played poker with him one night, Jim Bob Cooter. I think he'd be a better fit. In the situation, like you laugh, but he's got more experience than Dabo.
Has a better offense typically.
Yeah, so I think Jim Bob will actually be a better situation. I think he's overlooked sometimes.
Where's he at now?
He was Indianapolis, one of the quality coaches there.
Okay.
And was doing some coordinating with them for a while. I don't know, like a lot of people could do this job now, right? That's what it seems like. Me and you should just put in our resume. Maybe we can get a job.
Yeah.
Hey, if you can recruit, you can get a job.
I mean, you're only as good as your staff. If you've got 3 guys,
right,
I mean, look at Ohio State and Brian Hartline. Brian Hartline got a job strictly because he can recruit the best wide receivers in the nation. And now he's going to be in the pond with the biggest wide receiver core in Florida. So I expect that team to be something in probably 1 or 2 years.
Boy, I bet he wished this Michigan job would have come open sooner. You know, they'd love to take somebody from the arrival like that, right?
Oh,
man.
Yeah. Hey, Hartline used to play for the Titans about 15 years ago.
Brian Hartline? No, he mainly played with Miami for my knowledge.
Okay. I thought he did. I was going to ask you guys, what are your thoughts on the playoff as a whole, with James Madison essentially getting in and Tulane instead of a Vanderbilt and Notre Dame?
Wait a minute. Wait. You can't say Notre Dame didn't go in because they opted out.
Well, I'm saying they didn't get into the playoff. So you got James Madison. I mean, this is not the NCAA basketball tournament. You know, I looked at that 3 times. Like, there's no way James Madison's in here and Tulane. But Vanderbilt and Notre Dame's out. The floor, go ahead, Seth.
There's one guy on this show who said James Madison has a shot at getting in. Now, I did pull
Didn't you
back
put money on it?
I did put money on it, and I did win a chunk. But I have to pull back on that a little bit because after a lot of press came out that they were going to pull someone from the American. So it happened to be Tulane, which I also won a chunk of money on. So those 2 Power 5 schools, I think there's a lot of press maybe coming from Notre Dame fans and other people that are trying to say we don't need Power 5s, non-Power 5s in this tournament. All it takes is one team to beat somebody for it to change the whole narrative that both these teams have offenses that if they start clicking, they can keep up with that Tulane Ole Miss game.
Yeah.
If Tulane's playing perfect, which they have to, they can beat Ole Miss. But they have to play perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, they won last game. They did play as 45-10. But like you said, they can't turn it over. That my thing is, and this has already been thrown around there. A lot of people with Fox have said this. I want to give some of those guys credit. I didn't come up with this you guys have probably heard some of the ESPN people say it as well, that you should essentially, and we'll probably get to this. This thing is early in the game. We've only had this playoff a few years, but have something like another tournament for the mid-majors. I don't know if you want to call it NIT or whatever, but there was some kind of fear of litigation for these 2 teams not getting in. It's just a big mess right now. And also there's been talk about, what do you guys think about doing away with conference championships and make that weekend, which was last weekend, like a play-in game for a Texas, a Vanderbilt, a Notre Dame, some of those 16 to 12, maybe a few teams there, make that weekend a play-in weekend and just do away with these conference championships.
Go ahead. I think we should start off with acknowledging the fact that this will probably happen because of the way the system's set up. Is that you're going to have seasons where a team like Vanderbilt, a team like Indiana, will sneak up and just kind of disrupt, the Power Five, in a sense, because nobody, and I'm going to be honest here, nobody thought that Vanderbilt would do so well, and or Indiana not get beat, right? So just at the top, with Indiana being at the top, that's already kind of what we want to see happen, and that's why they built this system. But you're gonna, to a non-Power 5 team, and what they get in, if they don't get in, that's not good television. It's all politics, and nobody on this panel wants to see Tulane or James Madison play any of these teams.
But we went to Austin Peay, and I don't want to see Austin Peay get destroyed. Now, NCAA tournament, we saw Austin Peay get destroyed.
You give these guys a chance, but I didn't want to see Cincinnati play a couple years ago in any of these playoffs, and even though they did okay that one game, but then the other, they won one, but then it just looked like that's all they could win. It's not good for television. It's not good for NCAA college football. It's not good for the tournament, man. It was great for those kids because they deserved that spot.
Yeah,
right? They earned that spot. But I mean, you're talking about people who run in money. I'm sure that the big people, the three, TV networks that own college football rights are like, let's try to just, pander to what the law is so that we don't get in trouble for monopolizing broadcasting. But let's call it what it is. It's terrible. It's terrible for NCAA football. It's great for those students though that have played the hardest and get the opportunity. So,
and James Madison's like a 21-point underdog, and Tulane's 17.5. I was just curious because those games are next week, right? The Friday and Saturday, so you get early lines like that.
I think Tulane has a shot. I mean, it sucks that they're putting right back against Ole Miss. I wish they would have played somebody else, but I think they have a slight shot. James Madison probably has no chance though.
Yeah, against Oregon with those receivers back, and yeah, I mean,
they're just going to be made an example of, or the opposite could happen. Somebody could upset, and then it just changes everything, right?
It could change.
If there's a team that's going to have a letdown in this first round, it's going to be Oregon. Oregon's proven that they if they think it's a cakewalk. I mean, if they're 21-point favorites, I'm going James Madison 21 points.
Woo. Now, they're played, and this will be played in Eugene. This first round is on site campus.
These kids are playing for they're transferring. They're losing their coach. They're not necessarily going to be with James Madison. So why else would you not play your best right now?
Because your best is like a 3-star player that would probably not be on the roster of Oregon.
Have you seen how many points per game they're putting up though?
Yeah,
like
but
they're beating bad teams, but they're beating bad teams by like 40 points.
Yeah, but that's a deterrent at the end of the day because then they're not in the conference that. I mean, even if you put them in the SEC, if you put them in the SEC, they will compete, but they're not going to win.
No, I think they would be maybe. They're
Can this team beat Vanderbilt?
I think Tulane could.
Tulane could.
I don't think James Madison would.
James Madison probably doesn't have the depth.
James Madison was 28-14 against Louisville. Louisville's a decent team.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not as good as they have been the last few years, but they're a notable team.
Yeah, they're notable. I mean, it's not a power team, but
y'all know where the Indiana coach came from, don't you?
I forgot where he was. Was it James Madison?
James Madison, my guys. That's his offense at James Madison.
Yeah.
So
I know
he knows. He knows who's there because guess who he took to Indiana?
A lot of those players. Yeah.
And those are still a lot of kids he recruited at James Madison. So when this new coach leaves, who do you think is going to take from that cupboard? The Indiana coach, because he knows what's there. So these guys can compete, but the depth just isn't there. Like Oregon's probably 3 deep, if I'm being honest. But I guess what I'm trying to say is to say James Madison has a 0% chance. No, where most people would be like they'd have a 5 or under. I'm like maybe a 10% chance at actually winning this game. And I think a 50% chance of actually covering that 21.5. They can score points.
Hey, you never know. You never know. Oregon hasn't dominated, but they've had a lot of injuries, though. They're getting these guys back. So, and Dante Moore, he's a very talented guy. He's considered to be a pretty high draft. Now, I think he probably should come back because he's only got 1 full year here. He's only 20 years old. But if you guys want to go ahead and get started, I'll let guests for the Rich or you, Steph. You guys, you want to just give me your whole playoff, and we can comment on it, and we'll just go around the horn and give our whole playoff from round 1. Explanation, national champ. There's no time limit on it. I mean, we're going to get the show done in an hour and a half, but it's not like 5 minutes and we're done. This is not speedy, But,
I'll start off by saying this because I don't think we covered how big of a crybaby Notre Dame is.
Yes.
I think we Notre Dame. We should just trash Notre Dame for 5 minutes of just being the biggest babies in college football. Maybe
considering they normally get a lot of love and get in, this is the one time they didn't, and now look.
Oh yeah. I did forget about. Yes, good call. There,
you didn't forget about it. Oh, trust me, we would have talked about it no matter what. I want to trash them so bad.
Wait.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Carlos.
So if you're Notre Dame, do you commit to a conference next year? I mean, you're already in bed with the ACC. You're already in bed with the ACC.
Don't they do the basketball program is in the ACC?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're already, those teams being in the ACC didn't do them any favors to help them in the football at all.
Yeah.
Well, the one team you had to beat to make it matter, you didn't beat. You actually got dog walked in prime time.
That's true.
To make it worse.
Hold on,
I got to make that sure.
That is in the playoff.
The fact that I'm sure it was this AD. This does not sound like Marcus Freeman wanting to pull out of the bowl game. I mean, they should show up to the bowl game and really pounce on whoever they're matched up with. As good as they've been playing football, and they're losing practice time. You're losing money there.
Yeah.
It's a bad look. This is taking my ball and going home because I'm not getting my way. That is horrible for Notre Dame.
And NCAA should actually do something like if you're gonna do that and you're gonna renege on one of these, because the TV money is important. That's what's paying the bills at the end of the day for half of NIL. So you should not be able to get any NIL signings, or at least be a consequence where you don't get those players, or you're not allowed in this transfer portal to get anybody something, because we're looking at it as if they're crying and this and that. Yeah, but there's money involved in this. There's a lot of money involved in this, because the fact of the matter is that these bowl games bring in money as a whole, and these students are the ones that are biting at the bit to try to get a little bit more now, and now they have access to the money, and the biggest team that can bring in money is not going to be on TV, and it's not going to participate because they're not happy where they landed. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm wondering whose call that was. I wonder, is it the AD? Is it the people above him?
Well, not to toot my own horn here, but there is one school that has been left out of many playoffs and has been given the sacrificial lamb of, hey, go play this school because they're supposed to be good. Georgia's played Hawaii when they should have been in the BCS championship.
Yeah.
Georgia played Cincinnati when they should have been in the BCS championship. Florida State, Georgia dog walked them because none of their kids showed up. Georgia, and to get away from that, show up to the bowl game, blow that team out, and show why you should have been in it.
Yes.
Stipulations allowed in the playoff next year if ranked top 12, if not mistaken.
And he is the dumbest rule ever right here, that the NCAA did this. It's so stupid. This is another reason why the push for the 16-team playoff is so hard right now, because that contract is based off a 12-team playoff, from what I understand. I could be wrong, and I'll hand up if I am wrong.
Yeah,
So they want that reworked because Alabama also has a stipulation in that contract. And the thing is what I guess Notre Dame doesn't understand is that Alabama-Miami spot is the tricky spot. So there were 4 schools that were probably looked at the same, if we're being honest. Alabama, Miami, BYU, and Notre Dame.
Oh, my gosh. Don't even mention BYU.
2 losses to Texas Tech.
Just 18.
Well, they got into the conference championship game.
By almost the same amount. By almost the same score. Think about that.
Yeah.
But that's still the 4th-ranked team in the nation.
Right.
Terrible.
That's a good. This sounds weird. It's a good loss.
I think they have the best gripe of being left out.
And you haven't heard of Pete.
BYU?
I had to look at their schedule.
I thought my speaker was messed up. BYU. Listen, come on, man.
I think BYU's good.
I don't even think Texas Tech should be.
No, Texas Tech's money.
Texas Tech defense is
they're good.
Serious.
They got some NFL guys.
They may have 11.
Oh, I didn't have their schedule because they didn't get. I didn't have their schedule because they didn't get in. BYU.
Right. I mean, I don't know.
But, let me ask the panel this: do you think we should go to 16? I'm giving you my answer now. I don't like it. I don't want it to be that much watered down. I like this. I like it when you're playing right to the edge. I like the idea of a playing game, but I want to keep the regular season hype. I don't want this to turn into the basketball tournament. But what's your thoughts, guys? Everybody's opinion, 16 playoff or keep it at 12? Rich?
I wouldn't mind a 14. I know that throws, that the bracket kind of makes it weird, but I don't mind a 14. I think 16 might be too much. I'd rather keep it 12 than a 16. But I do think 14 is the right number if you can figure out the bracket and how to do all that the right way.
Seth, big?
I'm going to go the opposite way, Richard. I don't like the 16. I want it smaller, and I want it cleaner. No at-large, like the top 10.
Okay.
The top 10. Tulane could have snuck into the top 10 this year. You wouldn't have had James Madison. I understand. No non-power 5, no conference champion automatic in the top 10.
I love that. Yeah, that's another thing. Just the top 10. If you got a ranking system, stick with it, all throughout the season. What do you think, Carlos?
Yeah.
There's so much jargon and so much ridiculousness going on. I say keep it at 8, man. I'm with Big there. Keep it at 8. Here's the thing. If you don't win your conference and you can't play a team that has a lower record than you have to play a team that's either better or same for the play. Like BYU playing Texas Tech twice, that was ridiculous. That it felt like it was nonsense. And that conference isn't as strong anyways. I don't feel like that's considered a strong conference with all the moves that's gone on. All these moves with the Pac-12 and all those moves have weakened every single conference. And the only conference that I felt that was ultra competitive had terrible games some weeks, and that was the SEC. There's some games that you watch and you're like, these two teams are in the SEC, but then they go the next week and play better than the team that was better than them, right? So look, keep it simple. Keep these ratings of the teams that you play. Do what you used to do back in when we was in school back in '99. Like in 2000. Like, look, the rating of your team that you're playing, even if you beat them by 40 points. It's not going to count because you didn't play a better team. Like, come on. Like, because you see some of these records, it's almost like half of college football, everybody's undefeated or only got 2 losses. Come on now.
I like the best regular season. I mean, you just don't want to water down the regular season. Man. And I get hyped up on Saturday night. And
as much as I like my team, and they probably won't be in the playoffs for the next 5 to 8 years, whatever. I don't care about that. But I am going to sit down and I'm going to watch some football. And I was watching college football because it's ultra competitive and better than NFL. But now it's just I feel like I'm watching like the backwash of the NFL now because of all this stuff that they're doing, and the NIL is not helping at all. When people, and the NCAA isn't doing anything right now to circumvent and calm down these huge TV right holders. This is a mess, guys. This is a mess. And the problem is that these are the same kids with their mindset that are going to be professionals in the next 2 or 3 years that are only thinking about the NIL money and not really thinking about what it takes to be a professional and be better than what they were in college.
You don't like the NIL stuff, Carlos? I love it.
No, it's not that I don't like it.
Yeah.
What I don't like is that the competition has fallen and it's almost like watching the NFL now. It's almost there's too much parity, and some of these teams they're just terrible. Like, why are you putting them on national TV? Like, I can't stay awake, man, and I want to watch these things. I can't. Well, I gotta wait to the fourth quarter for you to kick a field goal to win the game. Like, it's
okay. No, yes.
Come on, man. Come on.
At least they stop the clock. They kept the clock going when you make.
And then the referees making terrible calls. Like, golly.
Well, I think referees making terrible calls is everywhere right now, just because I'll be honest with you, cameras are too good now. You can see everything now. That's the luxury we have from watching at home is you can see everything.
Every single angle.
Going back to his Big 12 comment, he's right. It's a top-heavy league. It is. The teams at the top are good, but you got to remember, you had Arizona State coming out of there. No one thought they were going to make any noise in the playoff last year, and they were a tough school, probably because they had the toughest player in college football that year in Scadaboo. But again, no one paid attention to them. And they had the benefit of that. Like, no one knew what they were about. So I think, yes, I do think Texas Tech's going to make some noise. I do think BYU could. But back to what I was saying, those 4 schools are the same. What you have to think is Miami was going to get in because they beat Notre Dame. And they were taking so much flack for having Notre Dame ranked over Miami. But anyone that didn't think Alabama was going to get in is crazy. That spot is the money spot. Right. Who's going to bring in the most money to view? Because college football in rankings at any time, if there's ever a question, they are, not us. They're going to look at that and go, who's bringing in the most money? Who's bringing in the most eyeballs? That's not ESPN. That's not anybody. That's the college playoffs. That's college football, period. So when you're looking at Notre Dame, you're like, okay, there are a lot of people are going to watch them. But you say, but are they going to watch, or more people going to watch Alabama? And the answer is yes. 10 times out of 10.
Say that. Yeah, I read that the other day.
But,
So
again,
Alabama was getting in.
Big, but look, the Texas Tech played BYU again. And they played the same game, bro. I felt like I was watching the same game, only I woke up and something different happened. But it was like almost the same scoring. It was the same type of defense. Like
difference.
If you look and you're watching this, if you're like the only people who are actually appreciating this are the people from the fans from BYU and the people from Texas Tech. But if you're watching football, you're like, why? This is not what I want to watch. It's like watching the Eagles play Kansas City and you get the same result. You don't want to watch this stuff. Like that ruins views per channel more than anything else. When you get a repeat game like that, like Alabama and Georgia, we was like, oh my God, here we go again. Here we go again.
But it wasn't. And I will tell you who watched that.
Because you're a Georgia fan. But I was looking at this like, oh God.
Yeah, but it was different.
It's only different.
It was going to be a blowout.
The perception is only different if you're a super fan of that team. When Georgia started making their run, people started changing the channel to the game because they were looking at scores. No one thought that was going to happen, and that's coming from a Georgia fan. Georgia's the best second half team in football this season, period. But
they cover in the second half. Yeah. They are dog water in the first, but for some reason, this second half of the season, they decided to play football for 4 quarters.
Yeah. What was the line for that? 3.5?
Georgia 3.5. Minus 3.5.
Thank you very much.
2.5, guys. I bet it.
It was 2.5. Okay.
Georgia. We both picked Georgia last week.
Yeah, we both picked Georgia. Yeah, but again, because we.
But I told you guys, and I wasn't going to get us to my analysis. The key to beating Alabama is playing zone and because they can't run the football.
Right.
Sit back there and let Ty Simpson throw you the ball.
And that's exactly what you said last Friday.
That's why it was a rout, last Saturday.
They played right into Georgia's defense. They played into their strengths. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But, okay, you know who watched the Texas Tech BYU game?
Me, for no reason?
No. People like me. Because I threaded the needle that game. I took the whole game under, and then I took the live over. But that last Texas Tech touchdown, I covered both.
You hold your breath to the
People,
end.
You don't know. Yeah, you never know. Like, gambling is a whole different set of eyeballs into games. And
for sure.
For sure.
If I needed to see Pat Machine at any point, it was to watch that game. That game was terrible.
I will say you did get to see Texas Tech's defense on display against a good offense.
Yeah, but if you already knew that, or if you already been watching that, you would know that that's the heart of their team right there. They're going to give their offense an opportunity because they make big plays.
And they beat up teams.
He's with 16-game playoff, led Notre Dame, Texas, BYU. Not much argument there.
No, those teams do get in with the 16.
With the 16
now, I don't, but also.
But who's watching all these games?
But if the mid-majors had their own league.
Me. I'm watching all of them.
I've been watching a lot.
I'm watching all of them.
I'm saying that I'm watching them, but it's just like.
Why?
I think there was a certain. I agree to you with a certain point. Like, I don't think Tulane Ole Miss again is good for the college football.
Messed that up. I will agree. That game is messed up. They should not. But also I'm mad because they got Georgia playing after them. I don't think another Ole Miss Tulane again, and then Georgia Ole Miss again. We got games that have that is boring. I do agree with that. They are not trying to get creative with matchups at all, where they could have done something different. Because even if you rank Ole Miss one spot under, give somebody throw something different in there. That whole part, nothing's different. Also, I'm calling upset on that game.
Let's hear it. Right? Hey, Big, let's go to your pick.
You want to go through my brackets? All right.
Go through your bracket.
Okay, quick question though. Is this game different because Kiffin's not there now?
Yes.
Really?
He is that offense.
Right.
Well, they got the same OC and the DC.
Well, and Tulane's coach left too, right? Or is he staying for the game?
He's staying through the playoffs. Somehow is.
Tulane's staying. Tulane's coach is staying. So. That is Lane's offense. I'm glad they got the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
He didn't call the plays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he doesn't have the feel for a game that Lane has.
Wow.
That's just my opinion. All right, so this is what I'm doing.
Round one all the way through, brother.
All right, round one, you got Alabama, Oklahoma. I don't like this game. I'm not betting this game. It's -1.5. This is one of those things. If anything, the over-under's at 40. I'll probably bet the under and just watch it on ESPN's little scoring app.
Are you surprised Alabama's favored, Big?
I got am I surprised?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on if the running back comes back.
Oh, okay.
If the running back comes back, then no. Then they have something. That Oklahoma defense still has teeth. Their quarterback's been fairly inconsistent the last probably 4 weeks of the season, and he was their offense at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Good. I think he's going to be a good quarterback. That's another reason why I like NIL, because players that maybe are on that borderline of going pro or staying.
One more year.
I mean, Diego Pavia, perfect example.
Absolutely.
He's going to play. He's trying for another year in college football.
Yeah.
But he's probably not going to be a good pro, but he's going to be a great college quarterback.
Van Wilder.
Yes, 100%.
Van Wilder of college football right now.
Bo Nix, man. Bo Nix.
Gun to head.
Him too.
I gotta pick this game. Gun to head. I'm gonna go Oklahoma just because I hate Alabama.
Okay.
I'm going Oklahoma. I think Alabama's beat up. They had a hard time against Georgia. Brandon Walker, college football analyst for Barstool Sports, said teams used to fear Alabama.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not happening. It's not happening anymore.
Do you fear Oklahoma? I mean, come on now.
That defense hits.
Go ahead, brother. We're still in the first round.
Next,
week.
I got Miami and Texas A&M.
That's a huge one at Cal Field. Yeah.
Kyle Field. Miami's catching 3.5.
Yes.
I smell a blowout. And I smell a blowout. I think Texas A&M is going to run them. I don't think Miami's. I know that quarterback. I'll put it to you that way. He doesn't show up unless someone else is showing up for him.
Okay.
I don't have I'll probably take Texas A&M minus the 3.5 too, just because I think it's going to be more points.
Okay.
Tulane, Ole Miss. I'll be honest with everybody right here. I'm taking Tulane money line. I got them at plus 600 on DraftKings, so I'm running with that.
I think Bruce Feldman with Fox, this is not a crazy take. I think he actually picked Tulane. He thinks there's going to be a lot of commotion there with Ole Miss.
Rich, just so we're clear, who's the number one podcast in the nation that's been on Tulane all season?
You've been on
we've been pro Tulane for a minute, even going back to years.
Before the season started, I picked Tulane to get in the playoff.
Okay.
Tulane, they have the old BYU quarterback. Kid can fling it. He's fun. If he gets in a rhythm, it's going to be a game. And I just think Lane meant so much to that school. Now, hand up, Ole Miss comes out and blows them out of the water. That's college football. Okay. Next, James Madison, Oregon. I'm going to take James Madison plus the 21.5. But Oregon's going to win this football game.
Okay. Crazy.
I love that.
The over-under's at 50.5. I'm taking the over on that. I like that over a lot. I think there's going to be points. The Ole Miss Tulane is 56.5.
Yeah.
I like the under on that.
Okay.
So now I have
that's round one. Okay.
That's round one. So I have who do I have playing? I have Texas A&M playing Ohio State, Tulane playing Georgia, Alabama playing Indiana, and Texas Tech playing Oregon. That Texas Tech Oregon game.
I thought you picked Oklahoma in the first round. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Oklahoma versus Indiana.
Oh yeah, Oklahoma. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I'm looking at the bracket right now. That's how I had to switch to it. Indiana. I'll just do this quick. I think Oregon beats Texas Tech. Yeah, I just sat there and played the trumpet for Texas Tech, but I do think Oregon beats them.
Okay.
I think Indiana beats Oklahoma. I think Indiana's for real. Georgia beats Tulane, and then Ohio State is going to beat Texas A&M. Then from that, it's super simple. I think Oregon gets revenge on Indiana.
Oh, wow.
I think, and I have to say this because I've been saying it all year, and it's not an original take, but I do believe it. I think this Ohio State team's better than last year's team.
Okay. Well, there's some people that say that defensively.
I've said that probably since, I don't know, Richard, would you say middle of the college football season?
Yeah, you've been saying it longer than I've believed it. So
yeah, and
I kind of believe it now, though.
I hate to do this, but I do think Ohio State beats Georgia.
Okay.
I think that coach has the Michigan game. He kind of shook off, what he had on his back, and he's already shown that it doesn't matter if he wins the conference championship or not. They're about national championships. I do think they beat Georgia, and I do think they go on to win the national championship.
Okay.
If anything, there's schools I hate: Ohio State, Florida, Alabama, and now Notre Dame. I'll never like those schools.
Yeah.
I'll hate them forever. Ohio State is probably going to be your national champion this year, as long as it's not a Ryan Day coaching mistake. That can happen. He, for some reason, his brain turns to poop some games. And I don't even think that was the Indiana game. I just think they just played each other really hard, and Indiana came out on top. But Ryan Day's brain turns to poop against Georgia. Kirby Smart's going to expose it because there's the one thing that Kirby can do. Kirby can coach football, and he can give pregame speeches. That's what he was put on earth to do. So that's that. I'll say this. The winner of that game wins the national championship, either Georgia or Ohio State.
Okay. That makes sense. Rich, what you got, brother? Start from round one, go all the way through.
All right, so I'm just going off the bracket. I'm looking at ESPN. James Madison, Oregon. I think Oregon wins. pretty easily to go on to play Texas Tech. I got it's a toss up for me. What's up?
Can I ask a question real quick? Do you think they beat them by 21.5?
I think it's going to be a closer game than people give credit or will take. Right, but
so you're inside that point spread, Rich.
I wouldn't put money on it, but I'm not a gambler, so. Wow. Man, the Alabama-Oklahoma game has got me. They could go either way, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I am going to take.
Flip a coin.
I'm going to take Bama.
Okay.
To go on to Indiana. Tulane, Ole Miss. I'm just going to ride the Tulane train. I'm going to, pun intended. I'm going to have them upsetting Ole Miss. Just there's, I think, a lot going on with Ole Miss that they may catch them slipping, and I could be totally wrong. They could blow them out again, but that's my take. To go on to play Georgia.
Biggest Tulane podcast.
Yeah, and this is coming from a Navy fan, that wanted to see Navy in there because they just play different football than a lot of people, and I thought it would be interesting. But lost one game that they shouldn't, and that's how it goes sometimes. I got Texas A&M also beating Miami. I think Texas A&M is a really good team. I think they can give even Ohio State some issues.
Yeah. Okay. That's
and
game. I cannot wait.
So yeah, that's got Texas A&M, Ohio State. I'm still going to take Ohio State, but I think it's going to be a really good game. I think Georgia does beat up Tulane. I think they, maybe catch Ole Miss slipping and go in, but Georgia's for real, especially now that the second half of this season, they've really turned it on. I think Indiana beats Alabama. I think that's going to be an incredible game, though, more than people think. And then Oregon, Texas Tech is going to be interesting.
Very difficult game to call.
I'm going to take Texas Tech just because why not? I just think both those teams are just going to – it's going to be a wild game. So I got Texas Tech going to play Indiana in the Peach Bowl, right? I think Indiana's for real. I got them going to the championship there. I think Indiana's that good. Let's see. So I got Georgia and Ohio State. Man, see that's going to be some really good bowl games right there. Fiesta Bowl and Peach Bowl are going to be really good if that lines up. You know what? I think Ohio State's got the most talent in the nation.
Yeah. But
I'm kind of like with Seth. Whoever wins that game, I think, wins the national championship. But I'm going to say Ohio State. And then we, unfortunately, I guess would have a rematch of them in Indiana, huh? But I have Ohio State winning. I think, the winner of the Georgia-Ohio State there in that bracket, the Fiesta Bowl, is going to be the national champion.
Let me ask you guys this. A lot of people's on Ohio State. Don't get me wrong, national media. I play fantasy and all that. I know what they got defensively. By the way, Arvell Reese, he's a
hopefully a future Titan.
He's the one mentioned Bain from Miami. He's a guy that's been mentioned.
Yeah. I like Ruben Bain. Yeah. But Miami's second half of the year been bad, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you guys this, since you brought that up. Have you thought about Ohio State's path? Potentially Miami or Texas A&M, Georgia, and a possible rematch with Indiana. That is not that is a hard path, guys, for Ohio State.
Especially for a team that really hasn't played anybody besides Indiana. I mean, Texas's defense is good. I don't want to act like they're not. I got to give them some flowers. Texas defense is good.
Yeah.
But think of the defenses that they've played, and they haven't really beat anybody. But they've played a different type of football this year. They haven't really. I mean, they can run the football. They can run the football very well, and they have been. Bo Jackson's been a key part of that offense. And they have still the best wide receiver core in college football. Break glass in case you need it. It's just that that mid-level quarterback play is just what is weird about Ohio State, because you don't normally have that. Like usually Ohio State, their best player is their quarterback, and right now levels
That's
above.
why I picked Indiana last week, didn't I, Carlos? And
nice.
That
probably was a pretty good hit.
And I actually put some money on that. I had the parlay there. We talked gambling, but I'm concerned about their path. I mean, they're a loaded team, but when you're playing Georgia, even Miami's got a very good defense.
Well, let's say this: they go Texas A&M, Georgia. Though that's 2 back-to-back hard games, and I see what you're saying here. But I was going to ask a question when everybody was done. Out of all the top teams in this, I'm talking about the top half of it, not the bottom half.
Yeah.
Who do you think runs out of gas in this?
Somebody's going to.
That would be my take. That I think they're going to run out.
So yours is
Ohio State. This is how important that Indiana game was, big, because if Ohio State wins, they got Indiana's path, and vice versa. So
that's tough either way.
That's a tough path, man.
I think Indiana runs out of gas. Top teams.
No. It's not gas. They don't have enough depth. They're going to be short on depth.
That's it right there. That's what I meant by that. That's what I meant by that. Because they may be too deep. Ohio State is probably 3 to 4 deep in some positions.
Yeah.
Like their offensive line, as a school that knows about offensive linemen that maybe not project so well in the NFL, much like Ohio State.
Got one here in Tennessee,
but then, if you talk about O-line, Indiana has bruised up 2 of the best O-line that was in the nation this year, and that was Ohio State, the last game, and then Oregon. Those 2 teams didn't have any problems with any other defenses, and they ranked in the top 5. So
Indiana has been very lucky with their defensive line not getting banged up.
There you go. And they got an injury right now. They got an injury right now.
Because don't they have
go ahead.
Two first-round guys on their D-line? I believe there's 2 legit guys.
Yeah, I think they have 2 D tackles that are
right. Yeah. And so they've been very lucky with injuries. Yeah. Very. And that's why I'm like, they don't have – I mean, you go and play – let's say Indiana has to play Oklahoma or Alabama.
Yeah.
Alabama is probably softer than they've ever been. But then to turn around and maybe play Oregon or Texas Tech, they're not necessarily going to have an easy route either. Now, Oregon is the enemy that I know. Texas Tech is the enemy I don't know. Right. And that Texas Tech defense is going to beat you up. What happens if
can they do it solid for 4? Can they do it? Can they do it all, the whole game? You know what I'm saying? Because they're not deep. If you watch the BYU game, they almost let BYU come in, and you're like, and then it took them into the third quarter to shut BYU down.
That's because they were beating them up. Their quarterback couldn't fit.
He had a leg ankle injury.
Yeah, was getting hit, and that's the other part. They're going to do 2 things. They're going to get to your quarterback, and they're going to fly to the ball.
Yeah, that quarterback looked like Al Bundy trying to catch a break.
And he's had a good season. You're right. He did look like Al Bundy, falling all over the place.
Yeah,
that's a guy that had a good season of football. I think my pick. I don't think you're wrong in Ohio State, and I don't think I'm right with Indiana. But I think those are the 2 picks of the teams that can run out of gas, because as much as we talk about Texas Tech not playing anybody, and as much as we talk about James Madison not playing anybody, and Miami coming from the ACC, who has Indiana played and who has Ohio State played?
But
they're in a top tier division,
right?
But they're awful top heavy in that division. Top 5 teams are good, but the bottom rest,
right? But the two teams that they played and they beat, Penn State and Michigan, weren't even that good this year, if you think about it.
No, you're right. You're exactly right.
Go ahead, Rich. You got Ohio State. Big's got Ohio State national championship. All right, Carlos, let's hear it, brother. From round 1 all the way to your national championship.
All right, round 1, I got James Madison losing to Oregon.
Okay.
I got Alabama and Oklahoma. I also believe it's a toss-up. I believe the score is going to be 27-24. You can flip a coin, but I flip my coin, and it's going on Alabama just because it's SEC heavy coin.
Okay. Original SEC.
Oh, original. The original.
You said 27-24, so Carlos thinks the over's going to hit. I'm going to write that down because the over-under's at 40.
Yeah.
Okay. Put that in my Rolodex.
We'll have some rest. We'll see what happens, guys.
When I say it's a kicking game, it could be. It's going to be a kicking game, bro. Believe it. When I say it happens.
That's Carlos's favorite score to pick 27-24.
It is. It is.
Put that on your tombstone, brother. 27-24.
It's very safe. It's like a banana split on a Sunday evening.
Right. Let's hear it. Okay.
All right. Then I got Tulane and Ole Miss. I got Tulane coming out on that.
God, all three of you guys are picking Tulane.
Oh, here we go.
Well, I'm recording all this. We're going to put all this in here. But
I think Ole Miss.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Ole Miss spent too much time trying to get rid of Kiffin and putting out their clothes in the street and throwing stuff in the airport. Like, it's put too much energy onto that, and that really affects your mindset when you're trying to play football.
This game will be played at Ole Miss, guys.
I know, and I don't.
If Robert picks Tulane, I'm changing my pick.
No, I'm picking Ole Miss.
Okay.
Wow.
There's only so many SEC teams that can win this one, so
I think that's the best value. Plus 600 money line is the best value.
Hey, if you got it, brother,
sprinkle. You just do a little sprinkle. Throw some lunch money on it, double it up. Now you don't have to pay for lunch on Monday. You're good to go.
And I'm really sticking to ACC. They did me dirty this year. I was hoping Georgia Tech came out flying, Florida State, everybody talking ACC, no CC. I'm going straight with Texas.
Okay.
A&M. I'll stick with the SEC on this one, and I got those two going. All those teams going in the second round. I got Oregon and Texas Tech. I'm gonna pick Texas. Who did I pick on this one? Yeah, I'm picking Texas Tech to beat Oregon.
Ooh.
Okay.
I got,
after everything he's been saying, after everything you've said,
I got Alabama and Indiana. I got Indiana beating Alabama.
Man, he saved this for us when
and then I got Georgia beating Tulane for them to go to the quarterfinal.
Okay.
The last rounder, and then I got Ohio State beating Texas. And
Texas. Okay, cool.
And I got Ohio State playing Georgia, and I have Texas playing Indiana.
In the Final Four. Okay. Then what?
Then I got a repeat match, man, that I didn't really want to see, Indiana and Ohio State.
Who wins?
I think it's gonna be the same result. I think it's gonna be Indiana over OSU. I don't believe that after these hard fought battles, OSU has a like we just mentioned, they have a harder road, and I think Indiana, with the confidence, I know they're not deep enough, but with the confidence, they had the break later than anybody else in the college. And I think that helped them. They got this quarterback is somebody need to stop him. If they can't stop him in the first two rounds, ain't nobody gonna stop him in the end. He's a Heisman ready to win, tomorrow. And
first overall pick.
So you got a bullying defense. They got bully defense players, and they got balanced out with a bully quarterback. And this is the year. If they don't do it now, they're never gonna ever get to this place ever again. I don't think with the NIL the way it is. That's it for them. So
go ahead.
I want to throw something out there to just jump off your Indiana pick.
And I got one more thing after you say something.
This may not be an original thought, but it's a discussion. Is this the best college coaching hire as far as our generation goes?
Ooh, not yet.
No, Saban.
Saban going to Alabama.
Indiana has the worst college football record in college football history. They are the worst school record-wise in college football.
Right.
Yeah.
He has taken them to the playoff twice. Yeah. I will argue that that's harder to do
He's a good
at
coach.
Indiana than it would be at Alabama.
But the problem with what you're saying is that the circumstances are totally different for if you're talking about decades away, and just generation that we're watching and we're seeing. There's two different elements to this. The NIL and the way the coaching
the
coaching contracts work out, I favored Indiana to be at this situation right now to win right now.
Yeah, they figured it out.
With Saban, it was like he could have got fired after the first year, after the second year, but it would have never happened because he's just been able to win. And one of the toughest conference that there is in college football.
True. Yeah. Well, the other conference they would argue is the Big Ten is the toughest conference.
Yeah. Yes. Well,
since when?
they got some of the bigger stadiums, maybe.
Yeah. No, I'm just playing devil's advocate there. Of
course,
I think the SEC is the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. I mean, I think it deserves some kind of a discussion at least because he flipped a terrible basketball school into a football school.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If he can win three in a row, then that's a discussion. But you got to be able to coach and keep that start semi-dynasty or back-to-back or something.
Right. Like he's got to do it with a different quarterback.
Yeah.
Don't know if he's this guy. Yeah, let's.
He's going to do it with more than next year. Next year is a really big year.
Saban won and the SEC with no quarterbacks that are worth a lick in the NFL. How about that?
Yeah. Well, that's all right, guys. Here we go.
Okay. Hey, I have one more thing.
Go ahead.
Now the last reason I'm picking Indiana is because I got my brother-in-law and now my niece are in Indiana and part of the school. So go Hoosiers.
I might have to change my pick now. There's too many things that line
up.
But
I don't gamble and I don't bet, so I don't have my money on them.
Even more reason for me to change my pick.
Right. Okay,
people who
guys.
Gamble usually know.
Yeah. Now this James Madison thing, it's good putting prime time Saturday night. I think Oregon's going to roll. They've got two of their top three wide receivers back. I really like this Dante Moore. I like Dan Lanning. They're also just getting a lot of players back other than ones. What I read earlier this week, I like them to roll and cover that 21.5. This is played in Eugene, guys. I like that. Oklahoma, Alabama. I like Oklahoma straight up. Alabama is very one-dimensional. I'm surprised Alabama's even favored in this game. I like Oklahoma comfortably this Saturday. I think John Matter is even going to get more healthy because Mater, whatever his name is, the quarterback for Oklahoma.
You don't even know his name. That's how. Why are you picking this team?
Well, you know how well before that hand injury, he started to get it back. I love the discipline of that Oklahoma defense. And
what's weird about him is when he got the hand injury, he ran less.
Yeah.
When he had a healthy hand, he ran more.
He didn't have a finger to guide him where to go.
I guess.
I don't want to get that. He won't get somebody's helmet to call him that hand there. But anyways, Chad's giving us some props here. Okay, still in the first round. Ole Miss, Tulane. I don't know what you guys have been smoking before you come on the program. This is a drug-free program. Ole Miss, guys.
Yeah, get on the green wave, Rob.
Green wave. Just got to ride the green wave.
The reason it's called a wave, man. Jump on it.
I like Ole Miss comfortably. The defensive coordinator is the head coach. Charlie Weiss Jr. is going to be calling. It's the same offensive coordinator. I really like them. They're going to roll. They're ticked off, guys. They're going to play well. I think this is probably like 41 to 50, 20, 18 maybe. It's probably going to be about the same as it was before, which was 45-10 when they played earlier. So I love that game right there. Love Ole Miss there. And Texas A&M, Miami's defense, guys, one of the better defenses in the country. We saw what A&M is giving up this year. I like the road team, the underdog. I like Miami. If Carson Beck don't turn it up. By the way, Marcel Reed, Carson Beck, both got 10 interceptions, guys. I thought that was crazy. I looked it up. Unbelievable.
Shout out, Marcel.
The more experienced quarterback there.
Nashville kid.
Go to Cal Field to win. Go ahead, Rich. What are you going to say?
I just said shout out to Marcel, Nashville kid.
Oh, is he from Nashville?
Yeah, his dad used to coach TSU.
Okay, well I do like that. That's cool. I would definitely do that, but I want my pick to come through. I like Miami to win that game. In Cal Field, that's going to be a loud place. And
Carson
Texas,
Beck, man.
Yeah.
Carson Beck.
Okay, now Tech and Oregon. Listen, round 2. This is going to be a tough game. We love Texas Tech defense. Love the quarterback there. Love that $20 million they spent in NIL. But again, Oregon, Dante Moore, healthy Oregon team. And by the way, defense is similar yardage and everything. Oregon has a pretty good defense this year. One of the better defenses. It's not Indiana and Ohio State good, but it's a pretty good defense there. I like Oregon, and I like the quarterback there from Oregon. I like Oregon to win that game and move on. Past Texas Tech, I know that's a flip game. That may be. I mean, obviously we're talking second round here. That's probably like a 3.5, 4 point spread either way. Now Indiana, and let me make sure I got this right, guys. Okay, Indiana, Oklahoma. Oklahoma's still pretty limited offensively. Very disciplined. 2 disciplined teams, 2 disciplined defenses. This is probably like a 27-20 game, but I do like Indiana to beat Oklahoma, go forward. A lot of people ain't going to like this, but Georgia, Ole Miss. Georgia can take a punch and come right back. I did see that Ole Miss 5 straight touchdown game. Georgia finally stopped them in the second half. I think Georgia does it again. I like the way Georgia's playing. Towards the end, beating Georgia Tech, beating Alabama, and of course, they're going to beat Ole Miss again. They're going to advance. Ohio State, Miami, with the right game plan, yeah, Miami could win this game, but of course, I'm going to take Ohio State. They'll probably make Beck turn the ball over too many times, and Ohio State will move on. And let me go to my next page, guys. So that will give me in Georgia, Ohio State. Of course, I'm going to take Ohio State. Indiana advances as well. I want to take Indiana, guys. I think they're going to complete this perfect season. I'm with Carlos. I like Indiana over Ohio State. Mendoza. I actually think they'll win by more than 3 points. I think they'll win like 7 points because I think that they've got the film. Again, guys, think about this. Ohio State's got to go through Miami or Texas A&M. Then they got to go through Georgia. Then 10 days later, they got to go play this Indiana team, and you look at what Indiana is, Oregon, and who else do they got to go through?
It's a gauntlet for sure.
Yeah, it's a gauntlet for Ohio.
They're the only team built for it, though.
Yeah, but what about saying? Look at the quarterback play in this playoff. Look at Moore. Look at this guy Mendoza, who's possibly going to be the first overall pick. By the way, Charlie, what's the guy's name? Charlie B. From Indiana. Did you guys watch that? He's from Nashville too. Did you catch Gus Johnson Saturday night? Charlie B from Nashville, Tennessee. That's number 8.
No, I didn't see that one.
Receiver. Yeah, I love that. So I like Indiana over Ohio State in the rematch, but I think it's more lenient towards Indiana. I think Ohio State, all that depth is going to catch up with them. Ohio State could lose in the first round. Don't get me wrong, but I think their defense will carry them. And of course, Georgia. I think it's really a 3-team. This thing is a 3-team race. It's Georgia, Indiana, Ohio State. Any one of those 3 can win it, but I'm picking Indiana to complete the perfect season.
Now, if Georgia has to play Indiana, what if Georgia wins and they have to play Indiana?
So it'll be, I think they'll beat Georgia. Now, that's going to be a tight game. That will be a tight game. And I would probably – remember, Georgia had to go through Ole Miss before that. So, it could be Georgia, though, Carlos. I mean, it's a 3-team race, and it's a battle of attrition, and Georgia's got the experience. Stockton is a dual threat,
And he's too dumb to be scared.
Right. Yeah.
Just say he got a better kicker, bro. Come on.
They do have a better kicker. Georgia has one of the best kickers in the nation. I'll say this.
He did have the deer in headlight. The Tennessee kicker had the this guy's going to miss this. There's no way. He's not going to win it. Yeah.
I'll say this.
Yeah.
Georgia, if it's Georgia, Indiana, there's not a team better that can adjust at halftime than Georgia. Even if Indiana puts it on them in the first half, Georgia will make the changes. I don't know how well Indiana can adjust to what Georgia.
That's the Kirby Smart effect right there. I think he's one of the best in-game change, scheme coach there is.
And he can do it from quarter to quarter, running back to running back. Also, something that's not getting paid attention to, Iowa was tight end U.
Yeah.
Georgia is slowly becoming that school in the South.
Because he got a quarterback that can throw more than 30 yards.
He can throw it 30 yards. It's just we have to slow down and run back to catch it at 30 yards when we're 50 yards downfield. I don't know where they're finding these athletic tight ends. But they're all 6'5", 6'7", and just love to block and love to catch footballs and not much else. So, and I don't know how well Indiana can cover athletic tight ends.
Yeah. And you're right, Carlos. I mean, Georgia could very well win that game. Kenny said, and then they said, okay, Kenny is chiming in.
He finally gets on the show.
He heard it out when they did it, but hey, man.
And how well is he going to do getting hit a lot?
Well, who's going to hit him?
He hasn't been gotten to.
We got lit up Saturday.
Good offensive line.
Knocked out of him.
Yeah, his own player. He keeps tripping on their feet.
I was so upset. I was like, God. Oh, wait, he came back in. I realized his brother's his backup.
Right.
Well, like there he did one play, and then Mendoza comes back. I said, oh, God, I wasn't seeing two here. So that's interesting, guys. You guys picked – I thought everybody was going to go Ohio State. I'm surprised, Carlos, you went with Indiana. I'm surprised, Big, you didn't take Georgia. But if anybody can get it, Kenny, who's going to win the national championship?
I will say this right now: if you're betting a national championship, Georgia's probably really good money at plus 550.
Ooh.
Okay,
if you're betting right now,
throw 10 on
good.
that.
I want to throw some money on.
Ohio State's plus 230. Indiana's plus 270. Now, if you want to sprinkle, my sprinkle would be Texas A&M's plus 2,000.
Why does that sound like a dirty podcast? My sprinkle.
Wow.
I might sprinkle a little bit on Texas A&M plus 2,000 with the sole purpose of Tulane on my mama. That's right, baby, Tulane. But
what's Tulane's to win it all?
Just
betting odds.
Just to cash out, like in the third round.
Oof.
Like bet Texas A&M, and let's say they make a little run, just cash out because they don't have the dogs to finish that fight.
All you guys are picking A&M to knock out Miami?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
A&M's defense is better.
Robert, what do you like about Miami, man? They've been
their defense is statistically better. You could say, well,
they lost their juice, man. That's my argument with Miami. They just lost their juice.
You know what? You know why Texas
They're
A&M
not on the
is
juice.
better?
That's the problem.
Yeah, they need to get some more fruit down there in Miami.
Back on
The
the
quarterback. The quarterback is the problem at Miami.
That's right.
Oh, bad.
Yeah.
Carson Beck.
Bad bet.
Carson Beck is exactly what he is. He's nothing better. When he's good and he's throwing dimes, he's going to be happy. Everybody. Whenever he's having a tough game, it's everybody's fault but his own.
Can we just say maybe his girlfriend is the problem?
Well, they broke up, so
that's the problem.
That's probably the best thing. Okay, Kenny,
it was like that before.
Who's going to win it? Georgia, Ohio State, or Indiana, Kitty? He said, don't sleep on Tech. Yeah, we don't really know how good Texas Tech is. They have an older quarterback. They have a very good defense. They destroyed Utah at Utah. People don't do that.
Bro, you know what happened when I watched Texas Tech play BYU? You know what I saw? I saw that Cincinnati team from 3 years ago that everybody said, oh, they're going to do something.
No,
And
I
then-
picked Oregon to beat them, but I think it'll be a tight game.
But you know what I'm saying? It's because you don't see them a lot on national TV, and then you're like, oh, okay, you got excited, you get so excited now. But then the reality is they got no depth. They're only too deep, and that's it.
I think they got depth on defense. They don't have depth on offense.
On offense, right? They can't score a lot. That's why they were struggling with BYU in the first half.
I
If
think
they can-
BYU had a great playing coming in. They just ran
I
out of
was
talent.
talking about BYU. I'm sorry I brought it up.
They were
BYU,
throwing ball.
two
quickly.
things. They got punched in the mouth and they got beat up. And there's two things Texas Tech will do. They will punch you in the mouth.
Got an invite.
I'm getting naked.
Dude, I sent him an email.
Hey,
I don't
check
know.
that Gmail.
I did, dude. I sent you guys got it.
I literally copied the email that I send to our podcast to you, so
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Kenny better check his spam.
Something. My bad, Kenny. It wasn't on purpose.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
plug
know.
something while he's doing that. If you're into college football and you're into preseason guides, an analytic look at it. It's called Pick Six Preview. It's not really a big one that a lot of people look at, but it's one guy does everything on his own, and it's probably the best pre-college football guide. Pick Six Previews. Follow them. They're great. It's a great guide.
I like that Phil Steele magazine. That's pretty thick. It's expensive.
This is better.
That holds up your your coffee table at night. You don't put it on the top. You put it on the bottom so you can
Right.
balance.
I got like 20 of them things, dude.
Robert, this is better than Phil Steele. I will. On my mom, it's better than Phil Steele.
Well, it's not. It's not.
It's the reason why I picked Boise State preseason to go to the playoff.
Jesus.
Well, Boise didn't make it.
Yeah, they made it to the playoff last year.
Oh,
And they had a
last
first
year.
round
Okay.
bye. Yeah. Last year. This year, my pick was Tulane.
I was on the same. I heard the same thing you did, Rob. I was like, well, this guy's not making a big. He's not missing
Hey,
at all.
apologies to Kenny, brother. I'll make it up to you. Spelled my email wrong. Definitely not there. Too late.
He would have been really fun to have on with all the Lane Kiffin talk because let's be honest, the NFL or a bigger school comes knocking, he's gone. If
Not
Michigan
this-
broke,
Robert.
Is he LSU all the way?
all of them, oh yeah, he's big LSU all the way.
okay.
LSU and Tulane. We're the nation's biggest Tulane podcast. Let's keep that. Let's remember that. Imagine Michigan saying, "Hey Lane, here's double.
Yeah.
10 years. He'll go okay."
Yeah,
Here's
he
the
would
problem.
do that.
Here's the problem with that. Guys like Brady, like Woodson, they be like, "Nah, don't talk to that cat. We already know what he's about." Charles Woodson, they alumni, bro. Tom Brady, they know about Lane Kiffin.
He can win a national championship at Michigan, and he wins a national championship. You know what Charles Woodson would say? He's like, you know what? I didn't give Lane a chance.
Nah, those guys got too
He
much.
might say he is the coach.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys. Does Lane Kiffin win a national championship
No.
at LSU? My vote is no, he does not.
No,
Ooh.
Lane Kiffin will never
Oh.
win a championship ever.
Okay,
I'm not
so
gonna give you
he said no. I
I'm
say
not
no, he won't.
I'm not going to give you an answer. I'll say this: LSU gives him the best chance he's ever had at winning a national championship.
Oh,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he couldn't do it with the last two coaches. How good is this guy at actually getting recruits and not just his head being as big as his TV in his freaking living room?
You know how good he is at getting recruits? He made Ole Miss a national name.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Eh,
Nah,
he did.
they still ain't won a championship.
It
They're in the
doesn't matter.
playoff.
It doesn't matter. Ole Miss was bottom of the barrel SEC for years. They had good seasons
Yeah.
under when they had Eli, and then they had Kelly. Is it Josh Kelly? Jim Kelly's nephew.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's-
can't remember.
That's their last two serious times in college football. Since then,
Well, they had Hugh Freeze had a run there a little bit.
right, but
Yeah.
not nowhere near where they're at right now.
Yeah, but
This might be like, I guess you would say,
what Kiffin brings is his coaching staff. It's not really him.
Oh, I think the whole offense is him.
it's his offense.
Yeah, the offense is him.
That's why I think the Tulane game is a problem.
I think
because that offense isn't going to be able to do what it does without him. Which is my biggest argument is just the timeline of that. They should be able to let coaches finish the season before having to tamper and sign to other schools. I think it's ridiculous that because I would love to see a Lane Kiffin coach Ole Miss in this playoff right now, as good as they've been this year.
Would you really love to see that, or it would? Be
I kind of like to see it with a conference.
I would, yeah.
You need.
I can't stand that guy. I can't. I could never stand him in any school he's ever been. When he was at UCL, I was like, oh my god. USC, I was like, come on, this guy is everywhere he's been. He's tarnished. The Raiders were already tarnished, but
I've never said I was a fan of his character, but I would have been a fan of that coach team in the playoff this year.
But they're horrible people make football hard to watch. I mean, you watch it for the drama, but you're not watching it because it's good football.
No, I mean, Ole Miss has played good football this year. I mean, I think they could have made some noise in this year's playoff for sure.
Think about how this coach Lane Kiffin and all he does, and even when he was in Alabama, they had to have a guy who could at least throw more than 30 yards. Because then that's what made that work. And then they had those wide receivers.
When they had a guy that could throw more than 30 yards?
Yeah, but
when Lane Kiffin was the offensive coordinator.
That's what I'm saying. They had to get a quarterback because that's what requires of his offensive strategy.
He can turn. I'll give this to Lane. Probably on the offensive side of the ball, he's one of the better guys that can take chicken shit and turn it into chicken salad. Pardon my French.
Yeah,
but he is that dude when it comes.
So Rich,
to
offense, yeah.
Does he win a national championship with LSU?
There you go.
I'm gonna say no. I think he's gonna get close, and then leave to the NFL in a few years.
I don't know.
He's an opportunist.
Yep.
Right.
NFL is the echelon.
I feel like he's got unfinished business in the NFL, even though he's a really good college coach.
The only one nerve enough to say yes, I say no. You guys are. He says he's gonna walk out.
I'm wishy-washy. I'm being honest right now. I'm not going to answer.
With the NFL, they still got all those.
Kenny says what every LSU fan says in the next 3 years, and then if he don't, you guys are going to want him out of there.
If there's one thing Lane Kiffin can do, it's win 10 games a year. Yeah. He's proven he's really good at that, and 10 games a year usually keeps your job at Ole Miss, Florida International, Tennessee. You know where it doesn't keep your job? LSU.
Yeah. True. That's
so
true.
This is a test. Now, he's like the thing about college coaches is, you're right. I don't watch the game for college coaches. You watch the offense that they run, you watch the defense that they run. What makes college football better is the coaches. You know these college coaches more than you would an NFL coach. NFL coaches are super
It's about the coaches in college. I agree.
In college, 100%, they're the face of the school, but that's also what makes
the general manager and everything. Yeah.
College football so fun. I don't know how often you've or any of y'all read into Mike Leach and how crazy he was.
Yeah.
He was a nut, but he made
he was great.
Fun. He's great.
Yeah.
And those are the things.
Who gonna make fun of me? I'm a man.
That's Gundy. You're talking about Mike Leach, right?
Yeah,
Mike
we're
Leach,
talking about Leach.
Mike Gundy's Oklahoma State.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, he was the one that said that. Yeah,
I messed up. Sorry.
Yeah, I got.
Mike Leach is the pirate.
Yeah, he's the one that
R.I.P.
that asked if he could throw a little person for a first down.
Yeah, he's
Legit.
very politically incorrect. He's telling their players or little fat girlfriends to tell them how great. Guess you guys should look up the Mike Leach's little fat girlfriend's comments. It's so funny.
Oh yeah, he in the media. Yeah, he's one of the best.
I don't know if y'all have ever read his book, Swing Your Sword. His book is awesome.
Yeah,
it is amazing.
I have to get it on audio. Anything else to add, guys? About to wrap it up, Kenny. You better throw in a prediction there, Kenny. You're running out of time here.
I'm trying to think. Is there anything to say about this college football season?
I'll say something.
If we're going to drag Notre Dame about how they handled the playoff situation, we've got to give Vanderbilt their flowers on how they handled it.
Yeah,
we're going to play their bowl game.
They tried to get a game. No one would play them.
Yeah,
whatever. I have no opinion on that. Whatever. They said, you know what? We couldn't get that to happen. We can't get in the playoff. We should have done more. Oh, he thinks Georgia's going to win.
Kenny picks Georgia.
Oh.
So those are the three I said. He picked Georgia. Myself and Carlos picked Indiana, and you guys picked Ohio State. It's between those three.
Yeah, hand up. I picked Ohio State because I've been talking about them all season.
Yeah.
So I have to stick with
I
my
picked
pick.
them last year, guys. It's not like I'd hate Ohio. I picked them last year to win. You know.
Yeah, they're a good school. But yeah, I think you got to give Vanderbilt their flowers for handling it.
Well, we talked about coaches hiring and dramatically changing a program. Vanderbilt being the bottom barrel SEC now, with Clark Lee being competitive, almost make a playoff. Probably you could argue they should have been in. What a turnaround for them, and he got an extension. Could have probably been in the mix for a lot of these jobs.
You got to be honest, man. Flowers, these people, like, these guys deserve a freaking rose parade. Look, Robert and I can attest to this, and even, you know, you're over here in Tennessee and Nashville. Vanderbilt is like one of those games that you're like, okay, we got, you know, we might have they might show up for the first half. I mean, this team, nobody even knows what the Commodore is, except for the people from Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this program and this is one of those teams that I feel like everybody's talking about Tulane and James Madison. Vanderbilt should just got one of those games.
Well, sure. I got to throw.
They'd have been fun to watch in this playoff for sure.
I have to throw a rock in Kenny's theory of Vanderbilt and Notre Dame been over James Madison and Tulane. It was only going to be one school. One Power 5, not the highest ranked non-Power 5 is automatically in. That's how
it was almost situated as a non-conference because they were in the low doldrums of the SEC.
So
you got to have an A average to stay on the team.
That's where I come in and say the top 10 teams, period. Because Tulane, could have been 10
top teams
this year,
absolutely.
Right. And so, Vandy, Notre Dame. I hate to break it to y'all, but you got to look at where's the money in that. Vandy's not making it in.
No, they ain't gonna make no money. No, heck no.
Yeah, no one's gonna.
They already got money. They don't need to make money.
Notre Dame's gonna make it over Vanderbilt, and I hate to say it, Vandy deserves to be in over Notre Dame. I agree, it shouldn't be that way. Yeah, but it's also what kind of makes the playoff fun. Because we're sitting here talking about Tulane has an actual shot at beating Ole Miss.
If they beat Ole Miss, that just I have to give you. I will be playing your guys' take on the program after that, and I'll.
You have to. If that happens, we just got to come back on.
Well, I hope you. Yeah, and Kenny, that was on me, Kenny. I was in a hurry when I got in. I just looked at that. I'll make that up to you, Delahousse. I just did not send you that. I looked at it. And the third one I sent to Carlos, and I just Kenny, my bad, brother. My bad.
Fell asleep. Look,
the committee left him out.
This happens in the SEC every single year, though, right? Remember?
Well, I'll say this. How about we come on before and after the national championship?
Okay, well, after the championship, because we'll break it all that. Chad, okay, so Chad says Ohio State will replete. And Mendoza will go to the Raiders. Yes, when they trade up with the Titans, because the Titans still have a chance at the number 1 pick.
I will be a ball of emotion if Ohio State wins again. I'll be mad because Ohio State won, but I'll be happy because I'll have some money coming.
You got it right.
Yeah, I'm coming naked. Don't play with me. Yeah, jeez, Kenny, put a shirt.
Kenny, I will get you on here. You guys come on after the play. Let's just break it all the way down. If it's a crazy national championship game, I guess we could.
So Kenny's the guy or the girl in the picture?
He's the guy.
I don't know, Kenny.
That's his wife. Oh. I will say this. I'll say I'm game to come on before the championship and after the championship.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll talk about it. Even if it's a sleeper and a repeat game that we've already seen before, I'll come in and I'll have a take on it somehow.
And everybody's takes, I will send you guys this.
Was there?
I got a take. University of Florida will get a championship before LSU.
Ooh.
Wow. And Kenny can't cutting deep.
And you could call that the Kiffin effect because they're gonna work their butts off to make sure that they're gonna out scout this guy, and they're gonna and again, that's their playground right there, Florida. University of Florida, that's their playground, man.
I'll tell you right now. You
Cuts Deep is
Don't know why
Tulane's coaches who's going to Florida. So
Bingo. There's some
that's
bad
Cuts
blood
Deep
there.
for Kenny.
And that's who I thought that LSU was going to hire was Summerall. And
I think
They
they
should've.
Stay close, yeah.
should have. That would have been.
I feel like Kiffin would have been better at Florida, in my
I feel
opinion.
like it would be better on like
They
freaking
fit there
Rikers
better.
Island. Like, let him like
he said,
he's no good
yeah,
for
I
football in the
Kenny
NFL or
reminds
in
me
the
a lot of Carlos. You
NCAA.
guys.
You know, they should put him in the UFL.
Who?
Guys,
Lane
I
Kiffin.
gotta have you back on for one
sure.
thing, but especially because of Delosay. And matter of fact, if you guys, I'll take it a step further. If you want to come on before the NFL playoffs come on, we can do that as well.
I don't know, Richard. Do you think Robert's ready for my NFL takes?
I mean,
We get weird. We get weird over
pretty
here.
watered down this year.
As long as you wear a shirt, I'm not. All right.
The NFL season, I feel like, is just now picking up. I don't think it's really peaked yet. So I think this week is kind of the start of that, and I think it's going to get really good here soon.
Yeah.
You keep hoping that. This is why we watch college football, sir.
Oh, college football is way better this year. I mean, for sure.
I think this is a lot of people say it's been a snooze fest. I think this is one of the best years of college football that we've had in a long
I do too.
See, people
And last year was
say that
great,
because
too.
They don't like the conferences. The conferences are messing them up, and they're like, "Wait, who's in the Pac-12, and why are they on the East Coast?"
Well, I think the American Conference didn't get as much love as they should. They've been super competitive, and me being a little biased for being a Navy fan, that the American Conference is better than probably two of the other Power 5 conferences, better than the ACC, arguably better than
But what?
Then,
Name 3 teams. Give me the 3 teams.
Tulane, Navy, North Texas,
Ooh.
and Memphis and ECU.
I'm telling you right now, North Texas probably has the best offense in college football. They don't know.
I know.
North
yeah.
Texas probably could have made some noise because nobody knows how to defend their offense right now.
And it's crazy that Memphis was able to replace the coach. Because then they lose their coach.
I believe so, yeah.
They
Yeah.
just lost him.
And they've been good this year. I'm saying the American Conference was pretty deep this year. And I don't know if did I mention ECU too?
We've had some memorable games. That Notre Dame Miami game to start the season was good. That was
Yeah.
right there.
Well-
It was right. It just
Look, I'm
airtight.
getting white hairs here.
Good. Indiana, Ohio State was great.
I'm still gonna say the ACC is the biggest letdown. Georgia Tech,
Georgia Tech was really
Florida
good.
State.
I agree
Oh my
with you on
goodness.
that.
I don't. My head's gonna blow up.
Well, I was
I
really
can't.
disappointed in Florida State and Clemson. That's who I picked
Clemson.
in the national championship.
I picked Clemson to be in the
We both did.
championship. Yeah, we did.
Thanks, happen, man. Thanks, happen, guys. Appreciate. Hold on, let me give you a round. Hold on, we got some shout outs here, man. This was really, really good. Nope, that's my wrong one.
Okay, it worked.
Draft.
All right, guys. Let's have it for everybody, including Chad.
One more time.
ACC.
Thank you, Chad. I agree with you.
Playoff system here, and
I
give
like
a
that.
shout
I
out
like
to
that take.
Kenny. All right, and a round of applause. Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good night here. I'm going to kick you all out now.
All right.
Before I go,
Yeah, go ahead.
Shout out Big Ten
leave y'all
Rich.
with this hot take.
Yeah.
This has been the worst year of quarterbacks in college football.
It's pretty bad, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good night.
Yeah. All right, guys.
I'm walk off
See
with
ya.
that one. I'm walking
All
off.
right, brother. See you, man. Appreciate you, Rich, and I will send you a copy of this on the MP4 if you want to load it up on your podcast. I don't know if it'll
Yeah.
work or not, but
Yeah, we'll do that.
all right, buddy. Have a good night, man. And everybody, oops, I got Richard in here. I will want to thank everybody for coming on tonight. And I will see you tomorrow with the Mad New Yorker. We'll talk a little NFL.